Yeah, I forgot to press the button, guys. Facebook, guys, namaste. God bless. We're all over you. I forgot to press the button. I'm sitting here and I'm talking, and the thing's not even on yet. You can tell I've been working a lot, guys. Happy Wednesday. I even wrote it down so I wouldn't get it wrong. It's been kind of a double shift since Sunday night. After Sunday night show, it's been a marathon. So hopefully you guys are all well on this Wednesday. And I had the silliest thing happened to me yesterday, but I'm going to explain that because it's really powerful. You know, it makes sense, believe me. But first, it is National Grouch Day. All right, for all you grouches out there with the negative energy, stay the hell away from me. But try to get happy, man. It's a good life. Try to make it a good life. It's also National Bra Day. Why is that on my list? I have no idea. Most importantly, National Global Hand Washing Day. Wash your friggin' hands, man. That stops all the bugs out there and keeps us all healthy. But the few hours that I had off yesterday, because I had to work on my day off, which was not a problem. I'm grateful for the opportunity. Had to go shopping for mom yesterday. Okay, the usual Tuesday routine. She wanted something new. She's actually very predictable. She's like me. We're kind of boring, man. But she was very, she wanted something different. I said, okay, fine. I can only get to do this for you once a week for a couple hours. What do you want, man? I get the list, head to the store. And she wants pork stuffing. I said, okay, fine. It's stuffing. It's in the bread aisle. That's fine. Common sense. The guy actually has common sense here. Now, listen to the story here. I head down there and I see the stuffing display. And there's nothing that I want right there. Nothing. And in my head, I'm looking through each box. I mean, literally hundreds of boxes right there of all different companies that I never even friggin' heard of, organic and all this other stuff. And I'm looking, I'm getting frustrated. I'm like, why isn't this basic stovetop stuffing not here? What's the problem? And I'm looking, getting back and forth. See what I'm doing with my eyes? I'm looking, and nothing is computing, man. Finally, after literally 5 minutes, I look 3 inches to my right, and there's hundreds of boxes of stovetop stuffing sitting right there. And her pork flavor is literally right in front of it. So what does that tell you? I don't have Alzheimer's. No, I'm not blind. No. It's that my eyes are not doing what I thought they were doing. This is something that you guys, that was amazing to me that I learned a long time ago. You guys know what a data engineer is? Data engineer basically gets all the data and sends it to the main computer system. That's basically what our eyes do, man. If you heard the famous phrase, if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. In other words, it doesn't say, can you see with your eyes you can hold in your hand, but you see in your mind. And Steve Harvey's made that quote famous, but Bob Proctor actually wrote that. And to me, understanding that these beautiful little crystals right here, man, are basically data engineers sending information to the brain to show you what to look at based on your present beliefs, your present thoughts, and your past experiences. Think about what I said in the first part of that metaphor that I was talking about, with not even metaphor, it was actually true, about the stuffing itself. I got frustrated looking at the same thing. And indeed, I couldn't get my thoughts together. I was getting angry. I was like, oh, come on. I'm busy right now, man. I got to hurry up. But what was over right to my right was the actual product that was living there right in front of my face, literally. But I wasn't seeing it. That just based the idea that eyes are indeed windows to the soul. Exactly what Bob Proctor was talking about. Because everything happens through the mind and the brain and how it works in general. So if your past beliefs are of National Grouch Day, expect only for your eyes to find things that make you grouchy. It may sound so infantile to actually consider it, but when I got the neuroscience behind it, let me define data entry. This is exactly what they do on the physical plane. The process of inputting and managing information into a computer system for various sources. What is our mind? What is our brain? Basically a computer system. What do the eyes do? Collects the data and sends it over through electronic signals to the brain, and through who you are, finds out what you're looking for based on your beliefs and past experiences and your mood and so on and so on. So I mentioned a few weeks ago that your cells literally hold your emotions of your past. I mean, your eyes do the same thing, man. Your brain is just wired. See, the whole point of America's Mentor, transformation is not just the physicality of you, it's all inside. You have to rewire the complete system. And you have to put new data in there for the system to rewire to see better things as well. And to me, what Emma on the Brain said was astounding. I actually had 2 reels on this. Think about this. This is so simplistic here. I wrote this on my sheet, the 2-man metaphor. You got 2 men, same school, same GPA, same degrees, everything else. One's an utter failure, but yet one is a complete success in the business world. How can that be? Exactly how the person is wired. And how they're wired is what they see in life. You don't see random things, because in a nanosecond, the brain is analyzing exactly what the data engineer sent in to it. It expunges what it doesn't want because that's not who it is, and it only looks at what it's programmed to look at. So when you guys realize that in your life, if you're only seeing shit, it's because that's what you're programmed to see. And transformation is you reprogramming what you've been programmed to do. And that's the simplicity of it. Indeed, it takes time. It's the rewiring of the components, putting in new data, hence wisdom, research, time, effort, to rewire that amazing function between your left and right ear to find better things in your life, because your eyes see everything, but it's your brain that picks and chooses what you look at. Isn't that, to me, it's astounding. Listen to this research from this is a neuroscientist telling us now from the physicality standpoint. You don't see the world with your eyes. Your eyes just take in the light signals. Basically the energy from what's around you. Those light signals travel to and through the brain, where your thoughts, emotions, memories, and belief systems are all incorporated before the image is put together that you see. Mind you, this is basically a nanosecond, all this happens. If you don't see the world as it is, you see the world as you are. There was another reel about that, and I liked what this lady said as well, because it said that this is basically the juvenile way of putting it, based on what the neuroscientist said. Your eyes only collect light. That light hits the retina and turns into electrical signals. But it's your brain that interprets them. I mean, it's like these things are just little systems collecting all the data around it, sending it to the brain, and the brain analyzes everything that comes in there in a nanosecond. Expunges out what is not you and only allows you to see who you are. So the simple point of this simple show tonight is to help you understand how imperative and how important it is for you to rewire that between your left and right ear, that amazing system that is constantly being fed and feeding your eyes to only see what you believe in, how you feel, your emotions, your past. And to me, this should be an amazing, quote unquote, pardon the pun, eye-opener, because they indeed are windows to the soul, because your eyes go directly to the source. They're collecting all the data. They look really pretty, but they're collecting all the data based upon the person that you are, sending it to the computer. The computer is analyzing it and only allowing you to see what you truly believe you can see. When you change the input, you change the output. You change your inside world. You change your outside world. That, to me, should be the greatest wake-up call for you guys to realize, yes, indeed, the eyes see everything, but it's your brain, the program, that's running the show. And based upon everything that you've been through is what life is going to give you. That's the whole point of this. So transformation for me wasn't just doing the physicality, eating better, doing all these things. It was a complete rewiring of how I was thinking. And that's done daily with repetition. So if you guys are truly into really transforming yourself, you have to basically rewire the computer system, enter new data every day about yourself, about the future, about the present, everything that you want to be, that you've always wanted to be, that's in here, man, is waiting to come out. Your eyes are waiting to find it, but your brain doesn't understand it. You have to hotwire and rewire what you've been programmed to do in life and realize that it can be changed. It saved my friggin' life because all I saw around me was poverty, lack, failure, and everything else in life that brought me down even further. And it was a slow, painful process. A lot of you can relate to that because we've all heard, what goes up must come down. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. I mean, I don't know if you guys bought into that narrative, shame on you, because I believed it too. What goes up can stay up, but you have to maintain it. You have to keep feeding the fire. You have to keep telling yourself every day, constantly, who you are. And your brain's going to start wiring to that. It's going to create new neural pathways to incorporate this new train of thought. And if you keep doing it long enough, the unnatural becomes natural. That's transformation. That's the caterpillar to butterfly effect, where it locks itself in this little room, basically dissolves, and completely transforms into this beautiful evolution of nature. That's who we are, man. We are evolution. We are evolving constantly. And how you see the world is completely and utterly directed by what's between your left and right ear. But you can change that. It's up to you. It's up to you to decide to change that with how you're thinking every day. So if you're celebrating National Grouch Day, man, I applaud you. It's your choice. That's the key. It's your choice. What kind of life do you want to live? Do you want to live an abundant life, stress-free, at peace, knowing the world is your oyster? Or do you want to live like I did many, many moons ago, had to pay the price over many moons, a slow deterioration of self, until I finally realized that I can become something different. Opportunity is yours as well, guys. So really, really think about this yourself on this. Let me just reiterate this. You don't see the world with your eyes. Your eyes just take in the light signals. In other words, what's around you. And I'm going to reiterate again. It sends an electronic signal to the brain. This is what's coming in. This is the data I'm sending in. The brain is like the censorship. It's just taking out what's not natural there. What's not your normal personality. Because your personality creates your personal reality. It takes out all the potentially good stuff that's all around you, like the stuffing I was looking for, and just sends out only who you are. At that point in the store, who I was Mr. Grouch, under pressure and stressed out because I had to get things done in the little bit of time that I had to get done to help my mom. That's a simple juvenile example of how we live our lives every day. So really think about it for yourself, guys. Really do your research, man. You'd be amazed how we were duped in so many ways about how to live life. What goes up doesn't have to come down. We allow it to come down. So guys, really think about it for yourself. America's Mentor _radio on this Wednesday. I even wrote it down tonight, man, so I wouldn't forget. On this Wednesday, hashtag America's Mentor on YouTube. Much love for the Jackson views. It's late, indeed. But I have to go back to work. So guys, happy Wednesday to you. I hope this helped. Information. Knowledge is power, indeed, but it's only potential power if you use it, guys. So have an awesome Wednesday, guys. God bless. I'll talk to you guys soon, man.